is so simple. It's so simple, and that's the biggest challenge to our arrogance of our complicated minds and our capacity to see through complexity. We're very proud of that because it is an accomplishment. But in that we doubt this vast simplicity.
Hello and welcome to Being Yourself, Self-Inquiry with Gangaji. My name is Barbara Denempont. Last month, I brought you a monologue that I called The Last Obstacle to Discovering Natural Fulfillment. And in that piece, Gangaji really spoke to how the last obstacle can simply be a thought. I wanted to follow that monologue up with an exchange, because sometimes hearing another person speak to this issue in a conversation with Gangaji can really be supportive to all of us. So I found a piece that was recorded in Amsterdam in 2008. And what I particularly love about this exchange is that it helps us see how the smallest thought can become the greatest obstacle. Let's take a listen.
Good morning.
I don't know what is important, what is not important.
Well, take a moment.
Yeah?
Just take a moment. And really, close your eyes. What's the most important? Just close your eyes for a moment. Relax. What's the most important? As if this were your last day on earth, what would be the most important? Either a question or something you have to report and share. That's what we want.
Well, it's one thing I think I have all my life, that I see lots of suffering.
You see lots of suffering?
Suffering with animals and people. And I cannot, I cannot be happy when I see all this, and I try all my life to do something about it. But
how do you know you cannot be happy, even in the midst of suffering? If you don't have this thought, I cannot be happy with all this suffering. This thought, if you just let that thought go,
then it's okay. But then I encounter suffering. I walk on the streets.
Yes, so then the thought arises again, because it's a core thought. So does your suffering help that suffering?
No.
It adds to it, right? Doesn't it?
Sorry?
It adds to the suffering. It makes more suffering.
Yeah, it's stupid, but I cannot help it.
I cannot help it. That thought right there. I cannot help it. Is that true? You just showed us that in an instant you could stop the thought, or you could stop following the thought.
Yeah.
What does it matter if it comes back?
Because it will come back every day.
It will come back every day. Stop that thought. Stop following that thought. Because then you're suffering before it even comes back. Right?
Yeah.
So this is the nature of being aware of what you're thinking. Taking responsibility for what you're thinking. Because it does, in fact, create your reality. Creates the way you see the world, the way you see suffering. And in this case, it's causing you to suffer. More than you need to suffer, at the very least. So if you would just slow everything down, and you're very aware, before you even see suffering, you don't see suffering here right now, right?
No.
But already you were suffering with the suffering that you were certain you were going to see when you leave here, right?
Because it's what I have experienced all my life. I
Yes,
try to get away from it, but
the point of this retreat is to shift the way you have lived your life.
yeah. I love to
Good.
shift.
Good. So this is the thing. You have to take responsibility for recognizing how you are creating your suffering with what comes to you. So whether suffering comes to you or happiness comes to you, how you are suffering with that, and to take a moment and just stop following the thought and experience what is here. In that moment, what was here was it was okay. Maybe there'll be pain here.
There is a lot more. There's many things here.
What? Tell me.
Huh?
What else is here?
Well, the other day we did this going in with the anger, and then I get more in, and then I felt some kind of fear or sadness, and then it was like I was imprisoned in my body, and then I left it, and then there was a space, but somehow I didn't believe it or something, and then I get into this body, and then I get angry again. I'm imprisoned in this body. I don't want this.
So you got to see the cycle. So you didn't believe it. You doubted your freedom. You doubted your self-space. That's normal. People doubt it because it was very simple, right? It happened too easily, too quickly, too simply. It can't be this. And so then we're back into our doubt, self-doubt. What Ramana said was that's the last to go. Self-doubt is the last to go. So if it's the last to go, approach it right now. Make it the one to go now. So when that self-doubt appears, that is a thought that has a chokehold on you. You know what a chokehold is?
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't even have to show you, do I?
Yeah.
It has you. It's squeezing your life out.
Yeah.
Self-doubt. So to take responsibility for that is to really recognize that and to say no. Self-doubt is a question. So the doubt is, this can't be true. The question is this true? You see the difference? This can't be true. It's too simple. Is this true? Is it this simple? And then with that, you get to examine again. What's here? I'm imprisoned in my body. And you experience that, the rage of that, the hopelessness of that. You experience it. You discover it for yourself rather than letting your thoughts lead this life, be the master of this life. It's a false master. It's a false God. So you have to kick it out. And if it comes back, it comes back. But you know how to examine what's under that.
It's so simple, huh?
It is so simple. It's so simple, and that's the biggest challenge to our arrogance of our complicated minds and our capacity to see through complexity. We're very proud of that because it is an accomplishment. But in that we doubt this vast simplicity of yes.
I now realize that I often have this feeling, this vastness, but then somehow something pulls me back,
This is beautiful. So that's when this is so great. Now you're telling a bigger truth. I often have this feeling of vastness. Very different from what you said when you first came up here.
I don't remember.
You didn't mention that you often have this feeling.
Oh, no.
Yes. No. That should be the first thing we mention. Instead it's like, oh yeah, actually I do often have this feeling.
But I am concentrated on problems, I think. That's
exactly, so stop. If you concentrate on problems, you will discover more and more problems.
I see this now, yeah.
If you let your concentration be on this vastness or on this peace or on whatever is under the problem, then there will be problems. But they're not problems the way they were problems. Their opportunities are there. Their ways of inquiring. I'm not saying that suffering will disappear, but your approach to suffering does not have to be at all like it has been. You can actually be open to suffering.
I was very afraid of that, but...
Yes, of course.
I don't want.
That's right. And that makes you suffer. I don't want that. Get no suffering. Then you're suffering even more. It's just the reverse of what we think. To actually open to suffering, you suffer less and you're available for some kind of assistance to the suffering that's there, even if it's just as being space. So in the exercises that we did here, your partner, the role of your partner was just to be space, asking you a question. So maybe suffering would come up, the role of your partner was to be the space that could come up in. And so there's a clearing that could happen with you naturally. That's your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the world, which is also yourself. It's clear? Huh? Is it clear?
Yeah.
It looks clear.
So clear, yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Show them. You have this capacity. You have the capacity to be free. Because simply, you already are free. The truth of who you are. All the rest has been learned.
Isn't it extraordinary how these doubting thoughts can simply hide in plain sight? I'm not enough. I'm stuck. I can't help it. Those are all the kinds of things that become obstacles, and what a great opportunity for all of us to recognize and become aware about what those thoughts are that we're entertaining and empowering unnecessarily. Now on a program note, next month I'm going to have a conversation with Hillary Larson. Hillary brought us into the world of podcasting with a conversation with Gangaji and Epiphany. She's just returned from a trip to the Amazon rainforest, where she experienced a deeper confirmation of Gangaji's teaching, including what it means to be fully available in what many would call a chaotic world. I'm really looking forward to that conversation. And finally, if you would like to know more about how you can connect to Gangaji through her online programs and her in-person retreats, I encourage you to visit the website, gangaji.org. That's GANGAJI.org. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share these recordings with you. It's a real privilege. Thank you for listening. Until next time.